Darius braced his hands on his knees, gasping. The Gorvax's charge still carved through his memory like a razor blade. Every time he replayed it, a cold ripple ran down his spine. He had escaped in a way almost too lucky to believe. A rock shelf had collapsed just as the creature launched its final pounce. The silicon giant was buried halfway, roaring for a heartbeat, then vanished into the cracked sand below. Darius hadn't looked back. He had only run. Run until his breath turned into a series of dry rasps inside the breathing tube. Now before him stretched a field of black stone leading north, where the terrain rose into formations shaped like the fins of colossal sharks. The setting sun cast sharp, blade-like shadows across the ground, shadows that looked ready to slice him into pieces. Darius checked his energy gun. The heat from his last shots had overheated the core. The metal casing was still warm beneath his hand. He frowned. One more shot could destroy the entire emitter. He needed to ration, to think clearly, to survive. A faint click sounded behind him. That sound, too familiar, too precise. Darius turned. Nothing. No shadow, no shape, no movement. But the sand behind him looked different. It dipped slightly, a small, curved depression as if someone had stepped there and lifted their foot. Too light to be his, too deliberate to be the wind. Darius swallowed. The Yautja was still here. He couldn't see it, but the sensation of being watched clung to the back of his neck like a strand of ice. Not the attention of a mindless predator, but of an intelligence calculating his worth. "Show yourself," he whispered, not sure whether he hoped it would or hoped it wouldn't. No answer. Only a few pebbles falling from a nearby stone fin, as if something heavy had just moved across its surface. Darius exhaled quietly. This planet didn't just want to kill him with heat storms and monsters, it had tossed him into the game of a being far beyond human comprehension. He moved forward. Carefully. Every step a decision. Every breath a test of how long his thermal stabilizer could hold out. The land ahead funneled into a wide ravine, a winding split between two steep rock walls. Sand trickled from above in thin ribbons of red dust, shimmering like threads. It was the best temporary shelter he could hope for. Darius descended. The stone beneath his feet felt cooler, but no more comfortable. The compressed air within the ravine twisted the wind into long, whisper-like sounds as though someone was murmuring through a dry throat. He swept his light across the walls, the beams scattering into cold blue specks on the black stone. Then he saw it. A small scorch mark. Circular. The size of a fingertip. He frowned and knelt. It was a plasma indentation, fresh, still contracting faintly around the edges. No Earth technology could make such a precise burn, but he knew who could. The Yautja. "Why?" he muttered. "Why shoot here?" He looked closer. A second plasma mark, several meters farther, then a third on the left wall, all forming a line. A directive? A warning? A territorial signal? Or an invitation? Darius looked up toward the ridge. The last daylight sliced downward in narrow golden blades, and, in one of those slivers of light, he saw something that made his heart jolt. A distorted shape in the air, quivering like heated mist, standing very tall, very still. It was looking down at him, but different from before. Not the kind of observation meant to assess. The kind meant guide. Darius clenched his jaw. He still had far too little information to uncreature's intentions. But one thing he knew. If the Yautja wanted him dead, he would already be dead. So why did it keep appearing, then disappearing, as if arranging him into a specific position? A dark shape slid across the sand outside the ravine, dragging a sharp shirk like a blade slicing cloth. Darius flinched and stepped deeper inside. Not the Gorvax. This one was smaller, faster, but no less deadly. Swarmlon. The flesh-eating insect colonies infamous in this region. Darius shuddered. If the Yautja hadn't guided him into the ravine, he might have walked straight into their hunting path. He looked up again. The distorted silhouette was gone. No sound. No trace. Only the swarm beginning to crawl over the red sand like a rising black tide. Darius cursed under his breath, drew his gun, retreated further. Whatever the Yautja's purpose was, he had no choice now but to follow those plasma marks.